and today my special guest is Anthony Salvatelli. He's with the U.S. Census Bureau here in Tahlequah, and welcome to the show today.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you with us. Well, it's an important time for our community and for the state of Oklahoma and for the United States. Give our viewers a little bit of background about the importance of why we must do an accurate and complete census.
Well, we definitely need to do an accurate and complete count because the state of Oklahoma, as you perhaps know, lost a congressional seat because the folks in Oklahoma in the year 2000 did not sign up to report themselves, if you will, and didn't send that little piece of paper back and didn't be counted. And the count is very important in the establishment of congressional districts. And that congressional district that the state lost also, from a standpoint of losing representation as far as a vote, could have cost them, in our calculations, up to as much as $10 billion over the course of those 10 years.
It's a significant impact both now and well into the future. It's not just about this year.
That's correct, because the count that we do this year will go and be in place, if you will, for the next 10 years until we do that decennial census.
And what about, there's a very significant impact on local government and county government. So although the state and federal government is a very important component to this, I think our viewers need to understand really how important it is that Tahlequah be counted in the U.S. Census.
Well, it's very important because the individuals of Tahlequah have received monies from the federal government, and obviously if there is $10 billion to be spent, it will be dispersed throughout the state. And if you could get a 6th congressional district, that would be even more meaningful, and you could marry the two from the standpoint of importance. There have been many projects, I believe, built in Tahlequah as a result of money that was derived from the United States Census count.
Well, and what some people may not be aware, that as we do a local infrastructure improvement, or it's a sewer line, or it's a water line, or roads or bridges, that all of those things at some point have a federal component as far as a measurement tool.
Yes.
And the census tracks those numbers within neighborhoods, within the community, within the county, are very, very important in the way those formulas create a flow of money back to Tahlequah.
Very true. In fact, in the year 2000, the response rate in the area that I'm responsible for was about 10 to 12% lower than the national rate. And that's what caused the loss of the seat. And there are 23 counties that I'm responsible for at this particular point in time, which represent a congressional district. Obviously, in those 23 counties, we had differing rates. But even in Cherokee County, it was below the national average. Well,
we're hopeful that in this census year that we really, from a community standpoint and a county standpoint, in the whole Northeast Oklahoma, that all of us become more aware of how important it is, and also the fact that each and every person in every neighborhood has an investment in their future and their neighbor's future by what's going on with the census.
Very true. And we don't just count people in homes. We count people in hotels, in guest homes, in nursing homes, and transitory locations. And we even go out in the evening and count the homeless. So it is a count that is very important to all concerned. And it's comprehensive in the standpoint that you just need to be counted. There's 10 questions, it takes 10 minutes, and none of them have to do with income. So nobody's trying to find out about you, we just want to count you. And it's very important that we are entrusted not to reveal any information whatsoever. As census employees, we are sworn to secrecy of anything that comes through our office. And in fact, the Census Bureau does not even interface with other bureaucracies, I guess is probably the word.
That's a good way to put it.
Bureaus, I meant to say, of the federal government, and that the IRS or anyone else that works, that is a part of the governmental agency, is not privy to the information that the Bureau of the Census collects.
Well, we're going to take a break here in just a second, Anthony. We'll come back in just a few minutes, and we'll talk a little bit about, well, first of all, we have a great local office. We're very proud to have a Tahlequah office and glad to have you here as a part of that, but also that there's a number of people that are employed, working almost daily now at this point, getting ready for the census, and will be for several months, and that's an economic impact on the community, and some of those kind of things when we come back. So
Very good.
Everybody stay with us, and we'll be right back.